Hi all, playing another game on the auto pairing. I've dropped below 2100 again because I managed to lose a couple more this morning. I've tried to learn from the losses by looking in an opening explorer, so finding out where I've gone wrong in some of the pet lines I've adopted. But I don't normally play so theoretically at 5 minute. I was just trying to sharpen my opening repertoire, so using these Blitz games. Maybe here knight b5 actually, with the idea of g3. So g3. So I've driven that queen back, and play bishop g2 I think here. So the queen will have to waste another tempo if black wanted knight d4 and bishop c5. Okay. Seems to be a pleasant looking position, pleasant enough. Bishop e3, maybe an a5 to try and stop black's counterplay a little bit. Right, I think g4, gain some space on the king side, g5 and f5. And I think f5 is looking kind of tasty. So these bishops are looking after the weaknesses around the king at the moment. With the black queen on b8, it doesn't seems a bit far from the king. So maybe I can try for a direct attack pretty soon. Also, f5 is nice positioning, because if the pawn takes, then that would be a huge square, that d5 square. So this looks as though it could be nice. Now, do I want to open up more lines, maybe with g6 as a pawn sack, or f6, or maybe even just play a5 here, trying to exploit that pin on the rook. I think a5 is kind of tempting, so that will take the opponent, I think, a little bit by surprise to play on the queen side as well as the king side. I mean, his last move though, he's offering the exchange. But do I want to take that? I'm not sure, because then I'm losing the g5 pawn as well. I don't really want to lose my attacking pieces. Another idea that springs to mind though is f6. So takes, knight takes, queen d4, but then knight c6. Actually, queen d4 here, knight c6. It's a shame it doesn't win material. So I wonder f6 or bishop d4. Bishop d4, bishop g5. Maybe h4 first, then bishop d4 to try and provoke e5 to try and weaken d5. That might be a plan. So h4 seems overall quite kind of useful actually, if I want to really threaten to win the exchange here. And now maybe bishop d4 to provoke black into playing e5. Okay. Now bishop b6 seems interesting. Although black might just sack the exchange on b6, so I don't really want to leave it there. Unless knight d5 is going to be strong. Not sure. I think maybe just the bishop going back, maybe to f2. If it goes to f2, I'm blocking the f-pawn though. If I go to e3, maybe the exchange sack on c3. Okay, decision. Back to f2. Okay, sacking the exchange. But here, isn't that a bit overly ambitious? Maybe bishop e1. Bishop e1. That knight is a bit vulnerable on b4. If I can play, I mean, king h2 is safer here. If I can play bishop takes b4 and knight d5. Oh, of course I haven't got a knight on c3, so that Alright. So now what? Rook c1? Maybe? Maybe bishop f2 is useful. Or maybe just bishop takes and queen d5. Bishop takes and queen d5. Then bishop c6. Maybe time to just try and open some lines against the king before this queenside counterplay gets too much. So queen h5 now might be dangerous. Bishop e6. I wonder, is bishop takes b4 useful? Possibly. I can't see what else to do with that bishop. So queen d5, bishop e6, queen h5, bishop e6. Maybe just queen f3. Okay, and now this knight, I think I'll reroute this knight to try and get it to like g3 and f5. Actually, is h5 and h6 potentially dangerous? Trying to get a dangerous fawn pawn on h6, potentially dangerous. So h5, I think. Maybe rook f2, rook f1, so I can play g6, because maybe then there's a threat to this trebling might be dangerous. c3, I don't know. c3 here, maybe. Okay, I'm getting a bit of time by sacking the c pawn. A bit of time though, maybe h6. And then potentially g6 if bishop f8. I think bishop h3 actually targets that defensive bishop on e6. If I can get to f7, that would be useful. So only 37 seconds though. I wonder if I'm going to lose on time before this comes off, before an attack comes off. Alright, I think right, I'll take that. And so again I have to double, and maybe bishop f5 now. So do I have anything concrete? Queen d5, queen d2 to d5 and g6 comes to mind. Let's avoid this. Let's go with attack. So queen f4. Let's see. Queen f5, bishop e4. Maybe. Only 13 seconds though. Knight c3 is annoying. Can I get in g6? Would g6 be dangerous? Then the idea of h7 if maybe this isn't that good. But I'm threatening rook g1. And now, queen g7. I was a bit lucky with 4 seconds left, it's got to be said. Oh dear, it's been very tough this morning. 4 seconds left, oh dear. I don't know, I thought the opening was okay. Opponent playing very nice exchange sack, generate some counterplay. Difficult to play now for white. And also he didn't want to play g takes, maybe that was best what he played. So it was really hard to to break down the defence of black on the king side. I think the key moment was getting rid of this bishop, but maybe preparation with rook first to f1, then bishop h3 would be more powerful, potentially. So here I had to take more time, and black's defending now with queen c7. So this is a time scramble with a horrific blunder here. So if king f8, I think I would have probably lost on time, so it's not enough time. So that was just a terrible blunder at the end. Hope you enjoyed that. Please leave any comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.